So the reason why GAN is doing this, we are going nationwide, no? From paborito ko na ba tayo, sir? Hindi pa naman, ano? Pero major cities in the country, we are trying to target them so as to make more Filipinos and more architects aware of what green architecture is and their benefits to everyone. Okay. Green architecture and green design is very well talked about right now, no? Pero you will be hearing advertisements, mga marketing promotions about green, yung mga green bag. They say that green is the new black now. No? Medyo baduy ako, hindi ako naka-green. No, but naka-green glasses ako, so in pa rin ako. And then, there are so many green issues right now, no? Marketing promotions, sale, green sale, etc., etc. They are what they are doing, or what everybody is doing, is trying to ride the bandwagon. They say it's a fad, no? Green, but green architecture movement does not believe in that. Green is here to stay. We believe that, and for as long as a human being would like to exist on Earth, green is here to stay. Now, talking about green, as I've mentioned earlier, no, talking about green is not enough for us. Although this is what we have been doing. What we have to do is we must do our share right now. And we must act right now. But where do we begin? Where exactly do we begin? Okay? First, we have to know what are the basics of green architecture. And that will be the topic for today. Hopefully, you will learn from me. Okay, for an overview of what I will be talking, let me go back to that. Okay, just a little. We'll have introductions, the basic definitions of what green architecture is, and then reason why is there a need to practice green architecture. Next, I will be discussing the 5 categories of green architecture, the benefits of green design, and sustainable architecture, and then some final thoughts and summary. It's very short now. Now, this is sustainable architecture. This is the definition of worldwide accepted. No? This started in 1983 by the Brun Commission, UN Brun Commission. It says there, it's meeting the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future generation. In layman's terms, it only means, no? Whatever resources that we are using today, let's save some for the future generations. It's about being not selfish, unselfish. Okay? Now, what is green architecture? This is the definition of GAN. This came from our next speaker later. It says a component of sustainability applying sustainable design to architecture. There are many elements of sustainable development and sustainable architecture, no? So green architecture is just part of the sustainable issue or development. What is a green building? When you say green building, ano ba ito? A green building is a structure that is very efficient in energy. Okay, it's very healthy also, and it's environmentally sensitive. And green design is a process of which the end result is sensitive to environmental impacts of all living beings. Now, why green architecture? Diba? A lot of people are saying, huwag na tayo mag-green architecture, gawin na lang natin yung ano yung natutuhan natin way back in college. Remember that change is constant, no? So we have to accept change. Okay. There are 3 major environmental crises identified. This is the generation wherein we have to cure this crisis, or we have to give solutions to the crisis that we are now facing. Number 1, energy crisis, no? If you go to the internet, from peakoil.net, there's a whole blog exchange, of information. Medyo scary yung scenario because it says really that gas is already running out. And there are so many reasons why the Arab countries are developing their tourism. It has something to do with the dwindling resources, the gas resources, okay? And then it says there that there's a prospect of both oil and gas shortages in the rest of the world. And the first ones who will be affected by this, developing countries. At tayo yun, no? So it's a scary scenario if you look at it. The second major environmental crisis is water crisis. In the Philippines, sinasabi natin, marami namang tubig eh. Hindi naman tayo mawawalan yan. But remember the Aral Sea? Na-irrigate ito. Ngayon, it's very dry. It was the fourth largest lake, a body of water, no? But now it's totally dry. So totoo muna na nauubos ang water. Actually, ang nauubos sa atin, yung drinking water. Do you know that 97% of water on Earth is salt water? 1% lang yung naiinom natin, or potable water. So if we run out of the 1%, where will we get our potable water? So it's important for us to save that 1% for our survival. And then this is the biggest challenge of all, no? It's climate change. Okay, there in this, these are charts, no? In the 1950s, this was the recorded heat. You will see that there's a little red line there. It shows the heat of Earth during that time, no? Yung init pa ng accommodate sa Earth, no? This is what we were feeling before. And then it progressed 1989, 1998. This was sometime 11 years, 20 years ago. Measure it's gathering heat there, no? Adding up. 2006 up to 2040, this is computer simulated, by the way. No? So here in 2016, that's a few years from now, less than 10 years, okay? It's already going to be very hot. Actually, I believe that you can feel this already, no? So very irregular na yung weather patterns natin, and every summer it's getting hotter and hotter. So by the year 2028, they say that this is already unlivable. It's going to be very, very, very hot. And then by 2040, they're saying a lot of species will be dying now, you know, when that happens. So what do we do? Why is green architecture very important to designers, to architects, to real estate developers? This is the data from United Nations also, okay? It says there that buildings, this is the output of buildings, huh? 12% of the 1% of the world's water is consumed by the buildings. 40% of the world's greenhouse gas emission is from the buildings. Imagine 40%, now this is not the transportation that we're talking about, this is not the gas or the jeepneys that you're seeing in the news every day. This is from the building, okay? And this is the cause of climate change, greenhouse gas emission. 65% of world's waste output is also from the building. So from construction waste, from manufacturing of the different construction products, up to the maintenance of the buildings, 65%. And then we have 70% of the world's electricity consumption. See, that's a lot. So this is the reason why architects are very important, builders, developers. Why are we important? Because we are the ones who are doing the buildings. Okay, so the solution to all of those problems can only be green architecture.